Last week, we took you to Virginia Beach. This week, on the Wander Guys, we drive 283 miles, which equates to about 4 hours, to our next stop, Baltimore.
We made it to our hotel at the Renaissance Harbor Place. The room was spacious and airy. The bathroom was huge, and that's all DJ cares about. But the real value is in the views right on Baltimore Harbor. It was gorgeous.
Especially when the sun set and you could look out. It was just beautiful.
We were excited to go explore and see the city, but Rhett was not having any of it. He was ready for his nap. After all the time in the truck, Rhett said, "I'm snoozing. You boys do what you want, but I'm staying here."
He laid right down on the bed on his back, put his feet in the air, and said, "I ain't going nowhere." So, of course, we gave him a little pet, told him it was okay, and decided that we would look around the city without him for the night.
Luckily, there was a cheesecake factory right across the street, so we stopped in for a drink.
And it was delicious.
The next morning, with our coats on and our noses cold, we explored the harbor. And even though it was freezing, I got a chance to say, "Good morning, Baltimore."
And for those who don't know, that comes from the Broadway show Hairspray, which also is a movie, and they sing the song Good Morning, Baltimore.
Everybody knows what Hairspray is, and if they don't, they should.
There were lots of little canals that actually kind of reminded us of where we were headed, which was Amsterdam, and it was beautiful views. The architecture of the buildings was amazing.
Baltimore had an awesome mix of buildings, a lot of old ones, some new ones. We could have taken tours of the Constellation or the Coast Guard ship in the port, but I was hungry, and so those ships had sailed, and we needed to find some food. We came across a Peruvian restaurant that had chickens roasting in an open oven, side by side, which was really interesting, so we stopped in and had a bite.
It looked delicious, but unfortunately, it was not.
It looked better than it was.
Absolutely.
But it filled us up, and then we were back out on the town, exploring the canals and the waterfront and the buildings. Baltimore's an old city. It has a lot of older buildings that have been renovated and turned into new uses, along with a lot of new glass towers and some interesting architecture. So it was really fun to walk around. We only got to explore one chunk of the city, but loved every minute of it.
Let's talk about the seagulls. They were everywhere.
Birds, everywhere you went. Seagulls, pigeons, ducks. I think we even saw a pelican or two.
As you can see, the birds were obtrusive and obsessive.
Good luck getting a seat on any of these benches. Where's Tippi Hedren when you need her?
Nobody knows who that is.
The old gays will get it. As we walked through the mess of birds, we came across Mr. Trash Wheel that helps clean up the harbor. He looks like he's kind of smiling at you while he does his work. And then we came around to the 7-foot Knoll Lighthouse, which was built in 1855 and is apparently the oldest screw pile lighthouse in Maryland. I'm sure everybody wanted to know that.
For those of you who wondered what a screw pile lighthouse is,
I
still don't know.
Nope, no clue. Don't know. And I'm not looking it up either. If you want to know, you'll have to look it up. It's the weirdest looking lighthouse I've ever seen, and super short.
It is a museum, but unfortunately it was closed when we were there.
But the harbor was a beautiful place to walk around, very peaceful. Lots of birds and noises and activity going on.
JR was very excited about these old boats that just sit there.
Who doesn't love old boats? And like I was saying earlier, they have renovated a lot of their older buildings for newer uses. This old factory is now a Hard Rock Cafe. So we went across the pedestrian bridge, looked around by their aquarium. There was a wetlands exhibit that we wandered around in. Very peaceful, some soft music playing. It was a nice way to spend the end of the afternoon.
I really enjoyed it, and my favorite thing was it takes you through a time loop of how things have changed over the years and how they're trying to reverse the damage that people have done to the bay over the years.
All in all, I wish we'd had more time to spend in the city, but it was nice to spend a day and wander around, see what Baltimore had to offer. Lots of history and lots of birds, oddly, but really picturesque, beautiful place. We piled back into the truck and off to our next destination, the cream cheese capital of the world, Philadelphia.
I think he's making that up.
It's definitely the birthplace of cream cheese, so it might as well be the cream cheese capital of the world.
Definitely a name brand of cream cheese. I don't know if that's where it actually comes from, though.
Tell us your travel stories. Where have you been that you loved? What place have you been that surprised you? We'd love to hear it. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Totes-ines.
Totes-ines.